never came to be. So they have to start over. No doubt they'll take somebody in this draft in the run game. We'll see how it goes, but it should be a fascinating draft, which is just about 16 days away. Back to the phone lines. We go to Andrew in Scott Township. Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, Bob, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? You're on with Andrew, too.
Hey, Andrew.
Well, good news. Buccos game just ended.
I heard the fireworks, so they won 8-4.
Yeah, well, I was just wondering, do you think tomorrow when Anderson takes the mound, first pitch right to the back, whoever the first pitcher
Well, it better
is.
not be Jorge Mateo, because he's going to be battered and bruised tonight after taking one right in the abdomen area and then one in the, I don't know if he got it in the back or where he got it, Andrew. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a carryover. I wouldn't. I thought Evans got hit, and I thought that was clearly, I classify head hunting with all caps on Twitter, and I think it was exactly that, Andrew. Did you?
Really?
Yeah, you did?
At first I did, but then 2 batters later, Williams hit Adam Frazier in a 1-1 count in like the same exact spot by total accident. So the guy had no control, which makes me wonder about that a little bit more. I don't know. I would not want to go out there headhunting with Joe Musgrove on the mound for them tomorrow. I think that would set a terrible tone for the game. I know the way Musgrove gets fired up for things like this. I mean, if you actually are going to try to give it, the best foot forward and try to win the game, I don't think I'd want to fire him up, in the top of the first inning by throwing at, Grisham, the Padres leadoff hitter. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I got you. Let's go out to Keith in Brentwood, who joins us right now on Pittsburgh CW. Go ahead, Keith. How are you?
Hi, guys. How you doing tonight?
We're good.
Hey, Keith.
I'm just calling in regards to Anthony Alford. I know the Pirates aren't going anywhere, but how can they continue to trust this guy with the performance that he's putting on?
Because they aren't going anywhere, and maybe they want to have another number 1 pick. I don't know. I mean, to me, when you go 0 for 20 with 15 strikeouts, is it now? I don't know how many. I think it's a good point, Keith. How long do they have nobody in center field? They need, obviously, to move Brian Reynolds to center, I think. Because they, who's their center fielder right now, Andrew? Who do they have?
I think Cherington picked, as far as experimental center fielders go, Bob, I think he picked Alford over Cole Tucker. And Cherington goes back to Toronto with Alford. He's got a relationship with a guy. At one point, Alford was considered this great athlete. He played football at Ole Miss, and he was a top 100 prospect, but he can't hit a lick. So, that's the problem. Unless he's going to walk every at-bat or pinch run for people, he's not going to get on base. And so he can't use that speed and athleticism. And I was surprised that tonight he wasn't even in center field. They moved him over to right.
Right.
And put a second baseman in center field, Wilmer Defoe. So I'm with the caller. If I'm Cole Tucker, I'm thinking there's no future for me with the Pirates. None whatsoever. If they used me in center field last year in the shortened season with no experience. Right. Now I can't beat out these guys.
It may also tell you something about Cole Tucker and the danger that comes with looking and reading about draft prospects and guys who are considered to be prospects in other teams' organizations. Yep. They come here, and a lot of them just never live up. It's tough in baseball, more so than any sport. So I think it's a dangerous thing to think. It's too easy for fans to say, look at that return they got for Musgrove. Look at that return they got for Tyone. Okay, look at it. Do you really know? Does anyone really know? And we'll find out in time. Fred in North Huntington joins us now. Hey, Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Hi, Andrew. Hey, Bob, I hear you complain all the time about how the length of some of these sporting events is too long, but I got to be honest with you. I don't care if the game's 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. If the game's important enough, I'm going to watch the game all the way through. That's how I am. You look forward to that after you have a work week. That's something you do. And be honest with you, I hear Zeiss complaining about college football, you complaining about baseball. I mean,
I'm complaining not about the game. I'm complaining about the fact that it takes 4 hours or more sometimes to play 9 innings. That should never happen. And as Andrew said, it's a product of bad baseball, to be honest. And if you are truly a fan, you should be upset with that too. Just saying.
Well, I don't think, I think we've seen games where pitchers have had no control and haven't been able to throw strikes, and that obviously drags things on. But a lot of it is with approach from hitters, too. They're schooled and taught at a very early age now to work the count, and that you're going to swing with everything you got and not just try to put the ball in play. Brian Reynolds had a great at-bat where he drove in a run in an 0-2 count where he just hit the ball the other way. It was a thing of beauty.
Right.
That almost never happens now. He has done a couple of things, throwback things, that if it happened in the 1980s or 1990s, you'd see it every night. He bunted for a hit against the Switch the other night. He hit it to left field, a ground ball to score a run with 2 strikes. Nobody does that in today's baseball. Very seldom. Most guys just swing for the fences the whole time. And sure, home runs are great, but even when a team hits home runs, how many do you get in a game, Bob? That's 4 or 5 at-bats.
Well,
the ball goes over the fence.
Baseball,
that's not enough.
And you watch all sports like I do, and I'm sure like Fred does. Are you telling me this is entertaining to watch 4 hours of this?
Well, here's the difference between what Fred brought up and what we're saying. Baseball is a 6-night-a-week thing. So add it up. That's a full day. That's 24. They're playing 4-hour games.
Right.
That's 24 hours worth of games. Football, if it's 3 or 3.5 hours, it's only 1 day a week.
Right.
It's 1 game a week. So it's so different. It's such a time commitment to ask people to be a baseball fan with so many games when they take this long.
Right. I just want to see more efficiently played games. That's all. What we saw tonight was just one of those games that makes me wonder where this sport is actually going. And they say they're trying to control time. They have clocks.
Yeah.
And they're not doing any of it. They're letting it go.
They don't enforce it.
No.
They don't enforce any of it.
You have to enforce it. If you're not going to do it, then why even play the charade? But Fred, thank you for calling. I do appreciate the call. It's now time for our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the night. And this comes to us from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and it's about David Bednar. Follow your dreams. A picture of David Bednar from Mars, Pennsylvania. When he was a little kid, big Bucko fan, and now he's back. And he had a big out that he got in the 6th inning tonight as well. More calls on the way at 412-575-2600. We're live on Pittsburgh CW.